Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 story, The Head Coach, with me, Daniel. It's part 97 today and it is a big week for us as Manchester United manager. It's been a shaky start to the Premier League season, but inconsistency of other sides is really helping us out. But if we lose to Liverpool in the second of today's two games, then we may be in trouble at the top of the league. We've then got Chelsea the week after, but the bread either side of that Premier League sandwich is Roma in the Champions League in a double-header. And whilst we are top of the group, we're doing all right. We have dropped some points in there already too. We've crashed out of the Carabao Cup. We've got injuries galore, as you can see, with Zolis and Mbappe and Emre Uzun there, who's just coming back. So if you're looking forward to seeing if we can recover and find some form, then please do put a thumbs up on the video, subscribe down below for daily FM22 content. We've got a massive summer transfer special with Hemel Hempstead Town tomorrow in our One Club story, so turn that notification bell on to make sure you don't miss that. There's links in the eye above to the latest end of season review there, as well as the Twitch channel for regular live streams, including a Europa watch along this evening, the football podcast where we've got our latest predictions for all the Good Friday Championship games, and you can support the show down below if you wish by clicking the join button to become a channel member. But thank you so much for your incredible support as we reflect on a very difficult start to the season, and one that's maybe got me thinking we might have the Jose Mourinho effect in the third season. Let's go and have a look at the schedule for what's been happening since you were last with me. Not many wins. When is the last time we won 3 games out of 7? I'd love to know. So we lost the Community Shield final, we've crushed out the Carabao Cup, and we're dropping points galore everywhere else. And if it wasn't for an incredibly weak Premier League, we wouldn't be anywhere near the top of that. But we haven't played the big boys yet. West Ham, arguably the only top 6 side we've played so far. The next 5 games include Liverpool, Chelsea and City. 2 games against Roma in Europe. We could be in a pickle after this. So you were with me for the 1-0 win at Spurs. We drew 2-2 at home to Leeds the first game after. We had loads of players back from international duty really struggling, so I had to rotate the squad a lot. We went 2-0 up in 20 minutes. Then you have to blame complacency. A 2-2 draw. We were lucky to get that in the end. Leeds had a goal ruled out very late on. A 1-1 draw at Atletico Madrid. We went 1-0 up against 10 men. Still managed to throw away the game. Kylian Mbappe got our goal there. Everton was a 1-1 draw and Mbappe scored an equaliser late on to save us. A 2-1 defeat in the Carabao Cup at Newcastle. Santiago Casal scored for us. It was a rotated side, but we were absolutely atrocious. After that, I went back to the tried and trusted. First 11, we changed all the roles back in midfield to what they were last season and just said, look, you players are going to have to adapt to us. It worked. 4-0 win against Sheffield United. Own goal started it off, but Gaia, Yakubu and Sancho scored the rest. A 5-0 win at home to Dinamo Kiev. 1 for Selly and Boya, 2 for Mbappe, 1 each for Inacio and Sancho. A 3-2 win against Southampton. Lucky again, we were 2 down after 35 minutes. We then went really attacking, aggressive. Rashford was joined up front by Mbappe very early on in the first half. He scored a goal, Pavard scored and Mbappe won it in the 90th minute. If it wasn't for that, Southampton would be top of the league instead of us. That's how bad we've been. And I guess the fact that we've really bottled the start of this season and Southampton are the closest rivals in terms of points tells you exactly what's gone wrong in the Premier League in recent years. A 2-2 draw followed at Newcastle as we had a red card for a stupid challenge from Sancho. We then managed to go ahead through Mbappe, but still threw it away in the last 10 minutes. So what that does mean is, as well as having our injury problems this midweek with Mbappe, with Zolis, with Emre Uzun, at the weekend we're going to have a suspension for Jalocca, who got sent off a few weeks ago, Sancho, who got sent off in the last game, and still the injuries as well. So while it takes away some of the fitness concerns, with 2 games in 3 days and with a 12:30 kickoff on Saturday too, we are not in good shape physically, and we're not in good shape in terms of squad ability either. So something's going to have to be done. Hopefully we grow into the season, or this could be a really long year. Let's go and get straight into the first one. We are away to Roma. 4 points so far in the Champions League, top with Atletico Madrid. You can see the difference. If we manage to lose this game or not pick up a win against Roma in the 2 matches, we could be really scratching our head and chasing second place. Hopefully that won't be the case. The top of the Premier League is incredibly tight. But we're only in 3 competitions now, and we've got to win at least one of them to keep our job. So let's get through the tactical meeting. Lots of changes will probably need to be made. We're getting told to put Amponza back as a Mazzala, but the team suffers as much as the individuals are helped. So let's go and pick our 11 for today. We'll be back in a minute to run through it, as hopefully everyone will be fit. Well, I think I'm going to go for the first available 11. We haven't got Mbappe, but everyone else is there. Jalocca and Sancho will play 90 regardless of their performances. With Zolis injured, who then plays left wing at the weekend? Is it going to be Rashford if he's fit? Is it going to be Voloshin or Magno Luiz? We really are a little bit threadbare up there. Defensively, we've not been good. Lovic's really struggled when he's come in. But our 11 for today, the fully fit one, is Fournier in goal. Gaia is at fullback with Pavati on the left, Bassone and Inacio at centre half. And Ponta and Jalocca not had a good start to the season in the middle, though Jalocca did have a better game against Newcastle. Picked up his 5th yellow for the season though, which means he'll miss the next one. Yakubu, Boya and Sancho, the attacking midfield 3. Selly and Boya, probably been one of the few success stories this year, been the best performing player at the club, and he needs the rest of the players to step up and match him. Marcus Rashford is up front, not scoring goals, not playing great up front, but he's 34 years of age, he's about to turn 35, and we're still reliant on him now as soon as Mbappe's out. So let's go and get into the big game at Roma. It's going to be difficult in the Italian capital, and I'm not convinced we've got the tools to win it. Let's see if I'm proven wrong. And here are the lineups. There is another story in today's game. Our former goalkeeper from our first season here, Pontus Dahlberg, is in goal for the hosts. They've also got some quality players in midfield, Florentino Luis being one of them. But otherwise, it must be quite a young side. Kochu and Sara on the bench, they're familiar names. But it looks like it's a largely regen side. And that means there's probably going to be a lot of youth and exuberance. Something we don't often see when we play in Europe at the moment. It's often aging squads, ones that are a bit over the line. But if we look at AS Roma, my word, it's very young. And there's some quality young players there as well. 21-year-old left-back worth £66 million. They're very good footballers. They've got a few older heads still. Don't be doubted by that. But not many of them in the starting lineup are over sort of 32. So they've probably got a younger team than us. Whether that works out or not, we'll find out in a moment. Into the first half in Rome. Well, early doors is a corner kick for United. Sancho puts it up towards Yakubu. Loses out in the air, but it falls for Selly and Boya. He's been a star this season, but not on this occasion. Loses out as Alvarez finds Solomon. Through ball again, which Amponza intercepts to Bassone. Back to Fournier. He plays out to Inacio. Another one of those into his 30s. Up to Jalocca. In the centre circle, big switch out to Sancho. Back from injury at the end of last year. Is gradually getting there, but doesn't beat his man there. And he has lost that outright pace and that dribbling ability to just glide past people, as it falls for Aranga on the right. It's a long highlight this, and we've not really seen it lead to either goal yet, so I wonder if this is going to end up being a great chance. Solomon down the left, it looks like Roma at the minute. Bjorkan taking on Yakubu, forced backwards. Solomon finds De Luis. He's got 2 in the middle, 3 now. Alvarez is 1. Fournier can't get there. We are in big, big trouble with Manchester United. This start to the season has given me a lot to ponder, and I'm actually a little bit fearful this season. If we crash out in the Champions League, look, we're not going to win it regardless. If we don't win the Premier League title, or if we don't win an FA Cup, I'm not sure we keep our job. It's been a really poor start, and despite a couple of very good signings, we're actually going backwards, and we're missing that experience and leadership. Last year, the stars were Fernandes and Mbappe, neither of them in this team now for various reasons, as Pavati finds Selly and Boya. Out to Sancho on the left. We've not even created a good chance yet. There's Jalocca. Nearly half an hour on the clock, turns his man, it's lovely, beats the second, finds Boya. They almost run on top of each other there. Yakubu to Boya again, into the box. Selly and Boya almost saves us. It's a great save by our former keeper, Dahlberg. But there's only one man bringing us to life, and it shouldn't be the new man who's settling into the club. As Sancho's corner up to the back post. Yakubu misses by a country mile. With half an hour gone, it's Roma 1, Manchester United 0. We've not done much to change it either. And there is the half-time whistle. We've had more chances on the stats. We've had more corners. We've had a little more possession. We've not done anything great with it. I'm going to ask the lads to prove a point. We're going back to attacking. And I just hope we can get a response. The issue we've got here as well, looking at like Yakubu and Boya's fitness, we've got another game in 3 days' time against Liverpool. And that one's just as important now. What do we do? I'm going to have to rest some people because the fitness is all over the place. Jalocca and Boya both really struggling, and Ponta's played poorly and on a yellow, but Jalocca can't play at the weekend, can he? So let's do Selly and Boya off. Agumbi or Russell Thompson? Hannibal. Then we're going to take off Amponza. That one will be for Agumbi, and he'll switch sides with Jalocca. And then I'd love to take Rashford off, but I don't really have another option. I guess I could put Yakubu through the middle, try that. Put Yakubu up front, and then on the right go Russell Thompson. And then if we go to our set pieces, all we've got to do is just change our attacking one. Switch the striker with the winger and get Yakubu attacking the back post. Apart from that, everything else can stay the same. I'm not convinced, though, that we're going to get a win out of this. I'm not even that convinced we're going to get a draw, to be brutally honest. So I think we might have a very tough day at the office incoming. But we've got to keep fighting. We've got to try our best. Half an hour left in Rome, and we are right on the ropes here in the Champions League. As it's a throw on the left for the host. And if anything, they're the younger, fitter side at the moment. We've got to think about Saturday, and I don't even know who's going to be fit. As Russell Thompson runs away with it. Can he be a hero? Through ball to Yakubu. Yakubu hits the post. Great play from Russell Thompson. Just didn't have the finishing product, did Yakubu. He's not used to being that focal point through the middle, and he wasn't able to take the chance. I'm almost wondering now if I train like a back three, chuck two up front some games. As Jalocca goes down the middle, gives the ball straight away. He's had a really poor game. He's struggling now for fatigue. As Yakubu picks it up to Bavati. He's got options down the left. One of them Sancho, another man who will miss the weekend game. Hannibal, Pavati, Agumbi, good football, better tempo, but no end product. And it's all a little bit congested. Agumbi releases Sancho. It's a great save. Thompson back to Yakubu. It's a great last-ditch block. We just cannot find the finish. And Roma are defending for dear life here. Solomon into Di Luis. Solomon again. Alvarez. Through ball, Inacio intercepts. It's opening up and we need it to. Sancho tries to release Yakubu. Just got too much on it. And I don't think Yakubu's going to be fit on Saturday, is he? And what a loss that's going to be. The expected goals in fairness is now up to 2.5. And we've just not scored one. I'm going to encourage the lads. As the ball goes in, Yakubu straight at the keeper. Dahlberg does well. And he's been a thorn in our side. But we've just not done enough. We've never really had a gilt-edged chance. As Hannibal comes down the right. Chance to get the ball into the box. Does for Yakubu. There's the goal. But VAR will check. And I'm cautious not to over-celebrate. It will be a big point if we can hold on. Keep that 3-point gap. And we will. Goal awarded. It's 1-1. It's certainly deserved. The expected goals is over 3. We've dominated the second half. Can we make it even better now and nick a much-deserved win? Thompson puts the free... Oh, he's put it in the box. Nearly said free kick, nearly said corner. I'm beside myself with excitement now. The sentences will not make sense. It's a long ball forward from Roma. Don't let us throw it away. It looks like an onslaught though. Thompson up towards Yakubu. Loses out in the air. What are we going to do on Saturday without him? Russell Thompson might get another go. Not a bad thing given the way he's played since coming on. As it's into midfield for Florentino Luis. Scapato wide to Uranga. And with fatigue, the last thing we want is to let in a silly goal when we've been this dominant. It's a long, hopeful ball forward. We've lost out in the air. Alvarez is in. Oh, what a save. Fournier saves the day. Bassone's got nothing left to give. He's another one that won't make Saturday. I don't know how we survived this because we're running on empty. And this is the problem with a squad that's a little bit thin on the ground now. As Bassone heads away as far as Vitti. Wide to Alvarez on the left. Great ball in. Bassone hoofs clear. Don't even know how he's still standing. But you know what? Despite the dominance, I'll take the 1-1 draw. Because it should give us enough to get through. Even though it might now be in second place. And it keeps the little unbeaten run going. Albeit, we're not winning games and we're not looking convincing. So Champions League job done. Lots of fatigue in the squad. Let's go and see who's fit for Saturday's game against Liverpool. The big rivals chasing us at the top of the league. Fitness test time and bad news all around basically. Mbappe not fit. Zolis not fit. Sancho, further 2-game ban, will not be available for the next couple either. We're in a bit of a mess here, I've got to be honest. I don't know who's going to be fit. I've rested a few players from training the last couple of days in the hope it helps. So let's get through the tactical meeting. And let's just see what we can do. Trent's still there. Kevin Brown's a star. This Liverpool side is improving slightly. And we're going to be weaker than ever. We'll be back in a minute with our confirmed 11. And there we go. We have just about got enough outfield players to fill the squad. I've tried not to move everyone around, even though it would have meant Thompson could have started instead of Magno Luiz. It would have unsettled the balance of the side. So Hannibal comes in, Magno Luiz comes in, the rest of the squad basically stays the same. That means it's only 2 changes from the midweek draw in Roma. I don't know whether the rest in training is going to work for the whole 90 minutes, but we'll see how long it lasts for. Well, we've made 2 changes as of Liverpool. João Felix up there with Jorginho. They've managed to replace a few other players in their side now. The back 4 is still very old though. They're not really regenerating, and that's where they've struggled a little bit more compared to some of the other big sides. It's still taking me back to the home screen. I don't know what's going on here. Let's hope that we can get it worked out. As we prove a point, we get into the first half. It's a big game, we're in a bit of trouble, and we could really do with a morale boosting victory. Well, early on, we've got the ball on the right-hand side, and in fact, it's Yakubu giving it away with an overhit pass. João Felix plays away to Jorginho. Felix actually playing off the left from the start here. It's back into Valverde, who finds Aya. Comes over halfway to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Played in midfield last time we played against them. It's back at the right back today. As Aya finds Gavardio in at centre-half. Back to Valverde, to Maglio. They're playing some good stuff here. And it's a similar team for Liverpool, but it's confidence. Kevin Brown's in. He's run the whole team. Thankfully, his shot is awful. It goes miles wide. We got completely outplayed there. It is a big, big concern for the rest of this game because Liverpool growing in confidence and we look shot to bits. 20 minutes on the clock. It's been a quiet start so far. Hannibal trying to change that as he gets a free kick from Bassone. It is back into the centre circle though, and then all the way to the keeper, Fournier. It's over here, it's high, and he has to just volley it clear, but it works out. Boyer releases Rashford into Magno Luiz. Almost the unexpected hero. Save for a corner kick, it was a great opportunity. And Hannibal, I think, will be the man to deliver it. He is, right-footed, in-swinger to the back post. Inacio loses out. Another corner, this time from the opposite side. Hopefully we can get a lead from a set piece or something. Just build the confidence. To the back post it goes. Ignacio's up. Great save from Cala. And it's another corner. It is an onslaught of set pieces. But we just cannot find the breakthrough. Hannibal delivers the ball. Up towards the back post. Yakubu's had a save this time. And Liverpool finally get a free kick. Pavati offside from the rebounds. What a moment that could have been. Unfortunately though, we're still level. And this is what happened at Roma. We didn't take our chances and we got punished. As Liverpool are on the front foot with Kevin Brown, has just waltzed past a couple of players there. Selly and Boyer the latest. Valverde to the right to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Cuts back to Jorginho, well intercepted. And it's back to Sonny Pavati at left back. Finds Fournier. Oh, his clearance is awful. Jorginho blocks, but it falls for Hannibal. He just hoofs downfield. And Liverpool can recycle it. We do not look good. It's silly mistakes. Jorginho up towards João Felix. Gaia gets in the way. It's scrappy. We're normally so fluent. We're so dominant. And here, we're all over the place. Magno Luiz just plays short. Back to Pavati. Selly and Boyer up towards Rashford. Volleys from miles out. Just wide of the post. That would have been one hell of a way to turn our fortunes around. But it's not to be. And now Liverpool are flying forward. Though Gaia intercepts again. Yakubu up to Rashford. Can he celebrate what's going to be his 35th birthday in style? He can't. He smashes the woodwork. It's over the bar. We're starting to get on top, but Liverpool still got that threat on the break. And Yakubu, look at his fitness. It's a pulled hamstring. I can't play him second half. I cannot play him again with that. Because with Mbappe out, with everyone else struggling, the last thing we need is Yakubu out for a month or two. So he will come off at half-time for Russell Thompson. We lose a big threat in the air. I don't know whether we've got too much of a threat from open play. As Cala finds Gavardio. Back to Christopher Aya. They're taking liberties at the back here and they play out poorly. And Ponza intercepts. Rashford wide to Magno Luiz. 5 in the box if he can find them. Hannibal's 1. Back to Luiz again. Someone deliver the ball. Hannibal into Yakubu. He can come off now. He's made the difference. Emmanuel Yakubu gets the goal. And we'll sub him straight away to protect that hamstring. Because he's done the job he needs to. Now our defence has to hold on. Russell Thompson on. I'll change the set pieces again. We'll be back in a minute to continue the game. Well, first half stoppage time. The change has been made, but now it's Liverpool on the attack. Jorginho's header back across goal to João Felix. Had a little glitch, but it's cleared away. And we do hold on at half time. But I worry about that loss of defending set pieces now with Yakubu. I just wish he had natural fitness. If he did, he'd be unbelievable. but he still might have won us this game. Selly and Boyer looks knackered, and Ponza looks knackered. Gaia the same on a yellow card. The training, it might have freshened them up for the start, but they're all done now, as Amponza finds Boyer down the right. A second goal would give us some leeway, as it's in towards Magno Luiz. Has he been fouled by Trent Alexander-Arnold? It's a soft one if he gets it, but we're not going to complain at this point. Rashford needs a goal desperately. I wouldn't mind a penalty kick for him, and it's been awarded by VAR. Rashford is the best penalty taker by a mile. Let's see if he can put this in and give us a great chance of winning. Right-footed. Can he beat the keeper? Of course he can. An hour on the clock. It's 2-0 United. I'm going to make one more change in the middle. It will be Ponza, I think, coming off. And we're going to bring on Ashagumbi, slightly more defensively minded. We're going to switch him to the left of the two. And into the last half an hour we go. It's either Boyer or Gaia that will be the final sub. But I want to leave it 10 minutes. Just try and hold on. In case of an injury, I don't want to play with 10. As Gaia's into Thompson. Flicked on for Boyer. This could wrap it up. It's across the box. The flex all over the place. And Magno Luiz has become an unexpected hero today. An assist by winning the penalty. A goal by nodding in for the third there. And that should be game over. And with Gaia on a yellow, I'm going to give him a rest in a minute. Although Valverde's just headed in at the other end. Completely unmarked 6 yards out. That could be fatigue. Mickey Lovick is on. And we now need to hold on. Do not allow anything stupid to happen late on in the match. We're going to drop to a balanced mentality. We're not going to take any risks here. But it's Liverpool who are chasing the game with Cruz and Aarons on the right. Hannibal heads away to Valverde, the goal scorer. He gives it to Christopher Ayer. All the way back to the keeper as we press roll there. Really good work from Hannibal up the pitch. Agumbi's working hard too. But we've lost the challenge in the middle. Maglio shoots. We've just run out of steam. We've got 12 minutes to hang on at 3-2. And I'm not sure if we've got it in the squad to do it. Because from 3-0, we've collapsed. We've got no legs left. And maybe we should have just changed one or two. But if we can hold on, it'll be something special. As we've got a corner kick. 3 minutes plus stoppages to go. Hannibal in-swinger to the back post. Bessone's up. Great save, but the rebound's in. Jesus Bessone to the rescue. 4-2, by no means a vintage display, but this win is absolutely crucial, and it looks like it's finally wrapped up. Though into stoppage time we go, there's still 3.5 minutes left, and Liverpool are on the front foot. Jorginho to Cruz, back to Valverde, edge of the box to Aarons, deflected cross up to Kevin Brown, down for Branthwaite on the volley, thankfully wide of the post. That should be it now. They can't score two. We have managed to get a victory in the league. It shows you how much weaker the Premier League is. It was by no means convincing, but we've done the job. Now let's see when we're going to be back. Well, we're getting messages about fitness concerns, plenty of other issues in the squad too. I think, though, we're going to be alright if we can get a few people fit. What I'm planning to do at the moment is come back in December, because there are some difficult games there. Even without the League Cup, there's 9 games in that month, spread over 28 days. And 2 in the middle have taken my eye. A home to Atletico Madrid in what could be a crucial last Champions League group stage game. And then away to Crystal Palace, our former club. It's always going to be fun, isn't it? And Selly and Boyer will be making a return for the first time. If there's any big news in the meantime, we'll come back. We could have struggles away at Chelsea and City and against Roma again in the Champions League. But if you did enjoy this episode, if you're surprised to see our struggles, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. I guess we wanted a challenge at all points. What's frustrating is that still no team in the Premier League can take advantage because they're all that inconsistent. If you want to stay up to date and find out if that changes though, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. Massive transfer special in the Hemel Hempstead save tomorrow, followed by deadline day on Sunday afternoon. It's going to be one hell of an Easter weekend over here. I hope you'll come and join me for it. Links in the eye above to the podcast channel and the Twitch channel too. But above my head now, I'll put yesterday's end of season review from Hemel Hempstead Town. There's big news in that one. It's going to be even bigger tomorrow. I'll see you here though in a couple of days' time.